Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm making a art journal page. I haven't made one for a while and I just got in the mood to make one, so here we go. I'm going to make a page in my Happy Planner notebook. It's just a plain notebook that I bought, and I usually stick 2 pages together and give it a coat of gesso. All of the pages that you can see in this book have their own videos, so I'll put a link to my art journal playlist in the description box below if you'd like to check any of those out. I'm going to use acrylic paints for my background, and I've got a mixture of Montmartre and Creative, and I found that both of them work fine. So the blue that I'm using is cobalt blue, and the lighter of the mauves is called purple. So I'm going to use my brush and just cover the whole background. I'm not too fussed at this stage what colour is where, because this is just a base coat and there will be other coats on top. So I'm just using a damp brush and spreading that paint around all over. I just set that aside to dry naturally. Once it was dry, I decided to come in with another coat, and I'm using darker shades of both blue and purple. One's called Ultramarine Deep, which is the blue, and Purple Lake is the purple. I'm going to apply these with a sponge this time instead of a brush, and that will give me a nice texture to my background. You get like little bumps, little lumps all over the whole page. So I'm just going to apply these colours. Now I'm going for pretty deep colours because and I'm also using blues and purples, which is colours that I don't usually use. So yes, all I'm going for here is an all over coverage of the darker blue and purple. You will see bits and pieces of the lighter colour coming through, but mostly it will be covered. Set that aside to dry overnight, and the next morning I came back with this stamp set. I'm not sure of the name of it, and I chose the Scribbly Circle stamp and went back to the cobalt blue acrylic paint, spread some of that out on an acrylic block. I didn't water it down, I used it full strength. I did spread it out. I tried it with just straight like this and I wasn't very happy with it, but I got my brayer out and spread it out a bit better so it was a bit smoother, and then I used that and used this stamp with the acrylic paint to just stamp randomly all over the background, which brings that bit of lighter blue back into the background. Once again, I set that aside to dry naturally. I very rarely use a heat gun to dry any of my projects. I prefer to just let them dry on their own. I'm going to use this stencil from Anko, which is I purchased from Kmart here in Australia. I will put a link to all the products I'm using in the description box below, but if I can't find the exact thing, I'll put something that's similar. Now, to put through this stencil, I am going to use my Viva Inca Gold in gold. I think it's called Alternate Gold. And I've had this paste for ages and ages and ages, and it's pretty thick. I think it's probably past its use by date, to be honest, but I persevered with it and pushed it through this stencil. My idea here is to have a dark background with a gold design on it, and the dark background will help the gold really pop. So that's what I'm doing. I'm putting the paste through the stencil, and I'm going to put it at the top right hand corner and on the bottom left hand corner. As I said, I'm using the Viva Inca Gold, but you could use any gold paste, or you could even use modelling paste and colour it with some gold acrylic paint. I wanted to lighten it off a little bit, but not too much. I didn't want to take away the starkness between the gold and the dark blue purple combination, so I got some white acrylic paint and watered that down slightly and then used my fan brush to just create some splatters, mostly through the middle section, not so much over the gold area. I wanted to have a bit of a darker border around the outside edge, so I'm using my Archival ink in Jet Black and one of my domed blending tools, and I'm just adding a little bit of the black ink around the outside. The quote for this page came from the black and white sticky quotes from Art by Marlene, and it's Create Your Own Whimsical World. I've cut the sticker in half and attached it to the page, but I've added some glue to the back of it because I want to make sure that it's going to stay stuck on there. To add the finishing touches to my page, I'm going to use a Posca pen in white. It's a fine one, it's a 0.7 of a mil, and I'm going to outline around my quote and then create a squibbly border around the outside of the page. I'm going to do 2 lines for the outside border, one reasonably straight and one very squibbly. So that's my layout for my art journal page for today. I hope you've enjoyed watching my video, and I hope that you will join me for my next video. If you're not already a subscriber, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and if you click the bell next to the subscribe button and select all, you will be notified each time I upload a new video. So once again, thank you for being here with me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you can join me for my next video.